It's like 30 degrees out here, but I'll do an update. Worked on it for a couple days now. I'll insert a clip shortly after this. Got it running on its own. Used to run off a spray or a bottle fed for gas, but I wired it up, put an electric fuel pump on it and everything. Got it running, idling on its own. After I had it running, I popped the oil fill cap off, and I wanted to look at the rockers and everything, kind of get an idea. And I noticed that this front cylinder here, this rocker was completely free. And I was like, damn. Pulled the valve cover, looked down in there. Push rod was bent. Bottom was broke off. It's laying down in the valley. I'm actually about to try to fish it out with a magnet and see. Here's the other half of it. I ended up breaking it in half, but it was bent. And I've noticed there's got some hairline cracks and a few spots on it. So I don't know if it's just fatigue, old. I don't know the history of this engine. So I'm gonna try to fish out the other half, throw a full set of push rods around it, see if it's gonna run like that. If not, then we'll tackle that whenever it comes. But that's that. We're waiting on push rods and stuff to show up for that. New hood latch cable, because whenever I picked it up, had to cut it because it was stuck. Other than that, it sat there and ran, purred on its own. No internal engine sounds, anything like that. This wheeling was locked up. I thought it was the brakes. Actually, I pulled it apart, and wheel bearings were cooked. Actually, I got them sitting right here. This is how they came out of the hub. So the inside bearing was completely destroyed and falling apart. The outer bearing was still together. It's got some marks on the spindle. Not too happy about it, but I went ahead and polished it. Took some emery cloth, got it cleaned up. We'll see. I'm going to put some fresh bearings and stuff in it, see if we can't run it for now and just try to source out a rear end, swap it out. We'll freshen up the brakes and everything. Like I said, I'm just trying to get this running and driving so I can pull it in and out of the shop. I start chopping the frame up and doing the 4-link big notch bags and everything. That's kind of the update where it's at. Those were hell to get off. Terrible. It was so bad. I don't know how long since they've came off, but they were rough. I started going through, lubing all the hinges and everything. I actually started cleaning these cabinets and it got too cold. But trying to clean them out. Let's see if I can do this here. God, it's so cold. But I tried to get the shot back and I'm just too cold. I can't do this. But that's that, man. It's started cleaning. Not that it's noticeable or anything, but I really just want to get it running and driving so I can pull it in the shop and just use the heated shop. That's the only thing. Then I can grind it out. But until then, I'm stuck waiting on push rods. Even if I can get it running and driving, I'll pull and do push rods, lifters, whatnot in there. But it purred. It was completely clean sounding, so I don't think the cam's jacked up. If it is what it is. I'll just grab another small block 350. But that's that. You can see this is the half that I didn't wash. You can see the half that is washed. Look at the buildup on it of mold versus it somewhat cleaned. So that's this update. I'll add in that clip of it running. It don't sound gnarly, but it is running on its own. So that's this update, and then we'll keep trucking at it, and hopefully the next video will be of it inside the shop and actually in the warmth, so I can tear into it more and get some more footage or progress or anything, just not out in this freezing cold. Alright, so I'm trying to fish out this broken push rod. I went on my Mack truck, got this one because he didn't have a flexible one. Then Matco came by, and I got this flexible one. I've been fishing down in there, and I think I see it. We're gonna find out. I think I can probably get it with this one though. It just sucks because these being the cast heads, it's sticking to literally everything. I'm not sure if that's definitely the other half of it. But I don't know how to get it out. Let's see. That's it right there. Let's go. Fucking right, buddy. So there's the other part of my push rod. Alright, that's sick. Yeah. So let's just go ahead and put that back outside of the engine instead of inside of it. And yeah, alright. On to the next process.